Same time he beat the shit out of mother and what's a little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He felt Capricorn. Cap was keeping this on the low about if she was messing with Cuddy or not. Puffy beat the shit out that. Not only did he beat the shit out of her, it was an Interscope person, the Interscope check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
In a recent episode of his Collect Call podcast, Suge Knight took a stroll down memory lane, playfully mocking his longtime adversary, Diddy, by sharing a nostalgic photo featuring none other than Puff's son, Justin Combs, during his toddler years.
So while speaking on his Collect Call podcast, which he records from prison, Suge posted a photo of him with Puff's son Justin when he was a toddler, with the image thought to be taken during the height of the East Coast-West Coast feud. Also seen on the edge of the photo is Justin's mother, Misa Hilton, who was a stylist for artists such as Mary J. Blige and Lil' Kim.
This intriguing throwback gains context from DJ Quick's revelation on Questlove's podcast in 2019. Quick disclosed that Hilton, on the night of the infamous 1995 Source Awards, socialized with Knight and the Death Row crew, a likely setting for the captured memory. Quick humorously recounted the night, exclaiming,
"We were there and Suge had Misa come over, Diddy's baby mama. A lot of people don't know this. I'm going, Suge, what are you doing? Like, what the F? That's Diddy's baby mama. She was just like hanging out, whatever." Since 3 sexual assault lawsuits were filed against Diddy in recent weeks, Suge Knight has made numerous claims of his own about his rival's behavior towards women. On an earlier episode of Collect Call, the Death Row Records co-founder accused Puff of beating up a former female assistant for not telling him about his then-girlfriend Cassie's alleged fling with Kid Cudi in the early 2010s.
Same time he beat the shit out of mother and what's a little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn.
The banter takes a more serious turn as Suge Knight, currently serving a 28-year prison sentence for a fatal hit-and-run incident, addresses recent sexual assault allegations against Diddy. Knight claims that Puff assaulted a former female assistant over suspicions related to his then-girlfriend Cassie's alleged affair. According to Knight, Puffy physically harmed the assistant, identified as Capricorn, with an Interscope check discreetly settling the matter.
She also alleges in his lawsuit that, hotel security seen her get abused and they told her to leave the hotel for her own safety. And she claims that, Diddy, he paid for the hotel footage of the night that she got assaulted.
If she remembers the night in which she is assaulted, she needs to get her legal team together. They go back to that hotel. All that footage has to be saved and put in the archives. If that footage is cut off from the time where she says she was assaulted to another time, just say she was assaulted at 12 o'clock. And the footage is missing from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. You understand? Or distorted in a way. She got a lawsuit through that. She might be owning one of those hotels.
In a surprising twist, Knight even humorously suggests that, if needed, he'd be willing to share a prison cell with Diddy, saying, "Puffy, I don't want to see you go down, but if you need a cellie, I'ma grant your ass my cell, boy. Have your cook game working. I don't want no head, but you gon' be cleaning toilets."
That's a rather forlorn Diddy walking near his pool, possibly thinking about the massive lawsuit his ex Cassie filed that contains serious accusations. Though he can probably stop thinking about it because
it's all over, just like that. So Diddy and Cassie's big legal showdown after her allegations that she leveled in this federal lawsuit.
She is making all these allegations. Rape, human trafficking.
Horrible allegation.
Yes, but Diddy's lawyers allege the lawsuit is just the result of Diddy refusing to pay Cassie the $30 million she initially demanded. Regardless, it's all wrapped up pretty amazingly quick.
She filed it on Thursday, and just over 24 hours later, they settled. And they both say that they've settled it amicably.
Which means no huge public trial, but it does raise a question.
If he was really this concerned, knowing what she was alleging, why didn't he settle it the day before she filed?
Because he didn't think she
He
would.
called her bluff.
Her bluff is, I'm gonna file a lawsuit.
And he said, no, you won't.
Why would he say that?
Because he's Diddy and he went, nobody sues me.
Yes.
Or maybe Diddy just didn't think it could ever happen.
You know, they were off and on for over a decade. Maybe this is not the first time she told him she was going to do this. He'd been like, okay, sure you are. And then this time she actually did.
Bottom line, if Diddy and Cassie were looking to mitigate the public fallout of a big trial, they probably succeeded.
We will remember this, but less so than if it had been a drawn-out, year-long, all the dirty laundry.
Exactly.
It's worth noting that Diddy has vehemently denied all sexual assault allegations against him and, as of now, has not responded to Knight's claims. As of a few hours ago, he finds himself facing allegations of participating in the gang rape of a 17-year-old girl in his Manhattan recording studio back in 2003. This marks the fourth sexual assault lawsuit against the 54-year-old Bad Boy Records founder in recent weeks. Combs vehemently denies the accusations, stating that his accusers are merely seeking a quick payday.
The fourth woman is now suing music mogul Sean Combs, claiming he sexually assaulted her when she was just a teenager.
The woman claims the president of Combs' Bad Boy Records picked her up when she was just 17 years old and still in high school. This was back in Michigan in 2003. She was flown in a private jet to New York and met with Combs during a recording session. The woman claims that Combs and others got her drunk and then took advantage of her before putting her on a plane back to Detroit. Diddy has steadfastly denied the allegations.
The plaintiff, known as Jane Doe, was a high school student when she met associates of Combs at a Detroit area lounge 2 decades ago. According to the lawsuit, she was flown on a private jet from Michigan to New York, where she alleges she was plied with drugs and alcohol before being raped by Combs and 2 other men in a studio bathroom. Disturbingly, the complaint includes photos taken inside Combs' studio as evidence, showing the accuser posing with him, her face intentionally blurred.
The latest heinous allegations against Sean Diddy Combs in court documents come with a trigger warning. This is the unidentified woman making them. Just 17 years old in these purported evidence photos and on his lap 20 years ago. That night, she alleges to have been fed drugs, alcohol, and trafficked by his record label exec, Harvey Pierre. Then flown from Detroit and raped in his dark Midtown recording studio steps from the bright lights of Times Square. Jane Doe's attorney says the depravity has scarred her for life. Arthur Idala is a former prosecutor and current defense attorney. He explains it was brought under a New York victims law, despite the statute of limitations running out.
The New York City Council opened up a 2-year window from March of 2023 to March of 2025, and that's what they filed it under.
The Canadian citizen hired the same New York lawyers who brought a bombshell sex abuse lawsuit against Combs last month. Cassie Ventura and her ex subsequently settled in 1 day.
It was widely reported that that case was settled for a significant amount of money, and again, where has she been?
It's the 4th lawsuit in the last few weeks plaguing the rap mogul. Former publicist Rob Shooter, who repped him in the early 2000s, says it's surprising.
The Diddy that I knew, the Diddy that I saw, was certainly not the Diddy that is appearing in these court documents.
In a statement to Pix 11 News, the Grammy winner said enough is enough, denying all the allegations and vowing to fight on for his family and fame.
As this legal drama unfolds, Combs maintains his innocence, setting the stage for a complex legal battle with potentially far-reaching consequences.